heard Mehbooba Mufti, we heard Omar Abdullah. Mehbooba Mufti said that this is against the very idea of India. The fact that the abrogation of Article 370 has been upheld by the Supreme Court is against the idea of India. Would you care to explain how?
Upholding a constitutional provision or an amendment is altogether different from its political implication. What the Supreme Court has said today is purely simple, that whatever was done on 5th of August 2019 was intra-virus the Constitution. They never said that it is politically a good or a bad decision. Secondly, it is not only the leaders, rather the entire Jammu and Kashmir was disappointed today. There is no doubt in it.
How do you know that?
It is the judgment of the Supreme Court.
How do you know that, sir, that the entire Jammu and Kashmir is disappointed?
I am Padmaji, I am resident of that area. Though I am, as a lawyer, I was one of the petitioner and I was appearing in the Supreme Court, but I am from that area. I know.
I have hundreds and hundreds of friends who are also residents of that area. I have, for example, women who married outside of Jammu and Kashmir and as a result could never get land rights within Jammu and Kashmir. They are very happy today. They are extremely happy. I can quote to you stories of young Dalit children whose only government job could be that of a sweeper. They are very happy today. Why do you say all of Jammu and Kashmir is unhappy? No, they are not unhappy.
That was not the issue before the Supreme Court.
Which is fine.
Padma ma'am, that
the
was
issue
not
before the Supreme Court was the issue before the Supreme Court. You're absolutely right.
Incorrect.
No, hold on a second, sir.
Incorrect.
You started by saying the Supreme Court only ruled on the legality. Of course, the Supreme Court can only rule on the legality. It cannot rule on the political implications. As far as the political and human rights implications, I'm asking you, why should a young Dalit girl who can only be entitled to work as a sweeper in Jammu and Kashmir be unhappy? She is happy. She can do whatever job she wants in Jammu and Kashmir today. Why do you presume to speak on her behalf?
That has nothing to do. That has nothing to do. Padma ma'am, that has nothing to do with Article 370 or statehood. It has nothing to do. So far as the right of the female is concerned, that has already been given by the division bench judgment of the High Court, that even if a lady who marries outside the state of Jammu and Kashmir, she is entitled to retain the property right in the state. That has already been decided by the High Court and that was implemented.
Okay.
Even the state subjects issued during that period, the mark that it is valid up to marriage was omitted, and a contempt was filed in the Honorable High Court of Jammu and Kashmir. High Court directed that it will be omitted from the state subject, that it is valid until marriage. So it is valid for entire life of the lady.
Okay,
so
fine.
That was
fine. Let me bring in Rajiv Pratap Rudy then, but before that, let me ask you the question framed differently. Muzaffar Khan Sahab, just answer me one question. Why did 370 and 35 need to exist? What was the need for that?
It need to exist because of the peculiar condition, peculiar culture, peculiar area, and it was none else than the Constituent Assembly of India which gave this right, special privilege to the
Supreme Court says there is nothing peculiar or different or special or sovereign about Jammu and Kashmir as compared to a Telangana or a Maharashtra or a Himachal or an Uttarakhand. The Supreme Court of India says you enjoy exactly the same rights as any other state of India.
Definitely, I agree with you. The Supreme Court said that it is as good as any other state is. But asymmetric system of relationship exists even under Article 371. If you will go through Article 371, the difference is simply the nomenclature is, it is a permanent, and here it was temporary. But the asymmetric relationship, the federal asymmetric relationship between union and the state, about 13 states from Article 371A to J, it exists even today.
Okay.
So similarly, it was 370 for state of Jammu and Kashmir, and asymmetric relationship of federalism was existing.
Okay,
So
let's
there
take
was
this one by one.
nothing